Before we dive into this story, I want to show you this young girl here. 7-year-old Aria Jackson. You may remember someone gunned her down after she got out of school in Pontiac last month. Her family will never see her 8th birthday. They won't see her go to prom. They won't see her graduate. She'll never start a family of her own because of gun violence. And it's a problem not only in Metro Detroit, but all across the country.
Babies die. That means we have failed to do our jobs.
More and more, it seems like children aren't safe in their homes, their neighborhoods, or their schools. Those are just 3 of several locations we've seen kids shot and or killed. Recently, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says gun violence is once again the #1 killer among children. When you hear that our kids are getting killed before they can realize their full potential, what goes through your mind?
Well, I'm devastated, but of course it's not good enough to just be devastated. We have to move and do something.
Teferi Brent heads Dignity for Detroit, one of several local anti-violence organizations. A coalition of Detroit activists said in 2021, 76 children were shot and 9 died. That's why they gathered to speak out in downtown Detroit earlier this month. Brent says they could also use help from the federal government.
That money needs to come to the communities, get down to the mud root level, grassroots level leaders and organizers who are actually doing peace work on the ground.
The CDC's most recent data shows more than 4,300 young people under 19 died nationally of gun-related injuries in 2020. That's a near 30% hike compared to the year before. It includes young kids finding and using guns in parents' homes, something we've seen quite a bit of in Metro Detroit.
That gun violence is very disturbing to me because it doesn't have to be that way if we as adults did the things that we needed to do to make sure our children do not get a hold of guns. And we have to make sure our children are safe, and we have to store our weapons properly. And that comes through education, making sure that you're properly trained.
That was Wayne County Sheriff Raphael Washington. He says gun locks and storage boxes also help keep guns out of the hands of youngsters as well. Now, he adds, if you know children are in the house or you know they're coming over the house, it is critical to keep guns in a place where children can't get them. He's not just speaking as a sheriff. He's speaking as a grandparent who owns guns too. Rue.
Yeah, Brandon, obviously the people in the neighborhoods where this is happening, they know all too well the sadness and the pain. Many others are watching this on the evening news. They don't really experience it. What can people who see this kind of violence do to try to help?
So Teferi Brent, who you heard from Dignity for Detroit, is urging people to call their Congress members. You can call the Department of Justice, call your state reps and your senators, and let them know that the people on the front lines need these resources to stop the violence. Live in the SAT Center, I'm Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.
Brandon, everybody, that means everybody has to do something to try to help this epidemic. Thank you for that live report.